In the next 2 weeks, I'm switching all of my protein over to Naked Nutrition Whey. I'm gonna share with you what I find and if it's the right move for you too. Let's get into it. Okay, this protein is becoming more and more popular. I've seen reviews on it all over YouTube as well as all over on social media. It's becoming the go-to protein powder. And since I consume a lot of supplemental protein, things that are super tasty and full of artificial ingredients and different flavors and additives, I wanted to see if switching out my protein to this made a big difference on my performance, but also things like digestion and my overall health. Now, the big appeal around this protein powder and why it's gotten so popular is for two main reasons. The first one being transparency. You can tell right here in its branding, right here on the label, it says nothing to hide. And since the supplement industry is always trying to make a buck and maybe put things into your supplements that aren't the best for your body or lie about the ingredients or the amount of protein in it, it's very important to take something that you can trust. But also number two, this is a health-focused product. High quality ingredients coming from whole food sources. This product that you're seeing right here, we're gonna break it down. The unflavored version of Naked Whey only has literally one ingredient in it, and that is the whey protein. So for those two reasons, this protein is becoming more popular. It appeals to people that want to put the best stuff in their body, and they wanna know exactly what's in the protein that they're taking. Now in this video, I'm gonna break down my experience taking this protein over the next 2 weeks, if I find any pros and cons, as well as give you my expert opinion on who this protein powder is best suited for. And if you like what you hear and you want to check it out for yourself and purchase your own product, I've included a link down below that's going to give you the opportunity to purchase any of the Naked products at a discount at the lowest price you can find. All right, but the real reason why I wanted to check this protein powder out is because of what's inside. It has absolutely nothing to hide. I'm getting to the point in my fitness journey, as well as, the stuff that I recommend to my clients, quantity over quality. I gotta stand behind the things that I'm taking and putting in my body. And the reason behind the name and the branding for Naked Nutrition is because that's all that's in here. In this unflavored version of Naked Whey, it's literally just the protein powder. Nothing else, no additives, no flavors, no fillers, just the protein powder. Which, if you're guessing, also brings me to my first drawback of the product, and that is its taste. This could also be a pro, depending on who you ask, but the taste itself isn't amazing, especially the unflavored version. They even suggest that you put it in different things, be it berries or a shake or blend it up. Because it's on its own, it just tastes like a dairy product. It's not bad. It is a good addition to other things, but it just tastes healthy. I have also taken bovine colostrum. It was all the rage in 2014. It was the thing that was going to get you super strong. It doesn't quite taste like that. It's not as strong, but it is similar. It just tastes like a dairy product. But when it comes to nutrition per serving, check this out. For the unflavored Naked Whey, which is just the whey protein concentrate, a grass-fed protein source, per serving, it's going to be 120 calories, 25 grams of protein, 3 grams of carbs, and 2 grams of fat per the 30-gram serving. And you must be mindful because the serving scoop that's found in the actual protein product is only 15 grams, so each serving is going to be 2 of the scoops. This also means if you're doing the quick math that it is going to be 82% per serving of protein. That's going to be the protein concentration, which is going to be less than a whey isolate product, even though a lot of those are going to be artificially sweetened. But a big advantage of this product in itself is the limited ingredients. I was going to say ingredients, but it's literally just ingredients. It's also, some of the best ingredients as well, using milk just from pasture-fed cows on small dairy farms across North America. That's literally only what's in here is organic grass-fed whey protein. So if that's one of the things that's important to you, this product is worth a try. So the big advantage being, you know exactly what you're tasting, but I've tried it already today on day one of my experience here, and the taste is a little lacking. I'm hoping through time and my experience, I'll probably add it to oatmeal. We'll see how that goes, as well as different smoothies and that type of stuff, which is what they recommend to do with the unflavored version. But especially on the unflavored version on its own, it's not winning any awards for best tasting protein powder. But that's probably not why you're watching this video. You want to know what the best product is with the best ingredients and making health decisions that are the overall best for you, and maybe taste in itself isn't the most important thing. Now, there are flavored versions. I have a chocolate version that I purchased as well. That's going to be sweetened with organic coconut sugar. So in terms of the macronutrient breakdown, which I'll share in a second, it's going to bump that up a little bit, but it doesn't have any artificial sweeteners. So for people that get digestive issues or bloating or gas while taking a protein powder, that might be the thing that causes it and might minimize that side effect if that's something that you need to look out for. I personally purchased the chocolate one, which I'm going to try later on in the video, later on in the next few weeks. But let's check out the macronutrient breakdown for that one. Now, there's still only 3 ingredients in the chocolate flavored version, which is going to be the same thing with all of the flavors. It's that organic coconut sugar as well as a natural flavor source. And the nutrition is as follows. Each flavor is a little bit different, but this is the chocolate. For each serving is 160 calories, 25 grams of protein, 8 grams of carbs, 3 grams of fat, and that's per the 38 gram serving or 2 of those smaller scoops. Meaning that the protein per serving for the flavored version is going to be closer to 65% protein per serving. Now, that's the trade-off when you don't use artificial sweeteners. Artificial sweeteners in themselves don't weigh very much. So when you need something to taste good and you're going to use actual sugar to flavor it, it just bumps up the actual serving size a little bit and brings down the protein. But the trade-off being you're not really adding unnecessary stuff to your protein product. For a lot of people watching this video, that's probably the most important thing for you anyway. Now, my plan over the next 2 weeks is to add the products into things and not just try it on its own. So I'm gonna be adding it to oatmeal and smoothies and that type of stuff. Maybe I'll get creative as well and do some baking. What I'm reviewing today is the Naked Whey, which again is a whey concentrate, but there's also a pea protein powder, there's a casein powder, a bunch of different products from that line. All right, so I've been taking Naked Whey now for about a week, and here's what I'm finding. The first thing I'm noticing is typically my supplemental protein, I take around like 2 to 3 servings per day. Just given my protein needs and requirements and what I know works for me, I typically take 2 or 3 servings. So me switching over to this stuff specifically, and sometimes that's usually like a bar as well as some whey protein and that type of thing, mixing it in different stuff, sometimes using it as a shake, switching it over to this specifically and using only this, I am noticing a little bit less bloating. And I'm not sure if it's the ingredients or less sweeteners or anything artificial, but I'm noticing that digestive wise, there's not as much gas. I feel pretty good overall. Not that that was a huge deal to begin with, but it is better. And also, I'm not someone that's had a lot of brain fog or lack of energy or anything like that, but I do feel a little bit sharper and clearer. It's a little early to tell, but I'm feeling pretty good overall. And I think I haven't changed anything else. So I'm thinking these things in terms of supplemental protein and using Naked Whey have a lot to do with that. The other thing is there's a lot of psychology that goes into this stuff. I feel like, given the fact that I'm putting such a high quality product into my body and making healthy decisions and doing what I can, I'm more likely to do other healthy things. It's almost like when you eat a beautiful looking smoothie bowl with a lot of vibrant colors and that type it's gonna make you feel good. There's a similar effect here where I feel like overall I'm making the best decision for myself with my supplemental protein, so I'm more likely to make healthier decisions. I'm eating better food overall. I'm making sure that type of stuff builds momentum. I'm making sure that I hit my steps and I'm being more active. That stuff really snowballs, and I think that has a lot to do with the way you treat yourself and the decisions you make. So that in itself has been an overall positive. Not consuming, again, I've been using the flavored chocolate version as well as the unflavored stuff, and I'm gonna show you how I use it in a second here. But I've been using both of those products. They're not overly sweet at all, right? They're not overly sweet at all, but they do, it's one of those things where I'm not feeling like I have, when I taste the chocolatey stuff of the other things, the stuff that has literal chocolate chips in it, I do know that I crave other things and I taste I want chocolatey things and I have, issues with that type of stuff. That's been more minimized. I'm not noticing that as big of a difference. All right, so in the grand scheme of things, this is a more expensive product. Comparatively, when you compare it to other similar products, it's going to compare really well. But when we talk about protein powders in general, it's more expensive. And that's because you're paying for higher, better premium ingredients. So it is worth it. But we've got the two versions here for the 1 pound tub, which has 12 servings, or the 5 pound tub, which has 60 servings. You're gonna be paying around $95 American for this bigger tub, or around, for the individual 1 pound tub, you're gonna be paying around $27, which puts this at around $2.50 per serving, or this at around $1.50 per serving. Now there is no price difference between the unflavored and flavored versions of the Naked Whey, so keep that in mind, especially when you're thinking, hey, I just wanna buy the one that tastes a little bit better, or I don't want the unflavored version. So there's gonna be no price difference between those two, but these are just things to keep in mind. Now, when you compare this against the other grass-fed whey products, it's completely comparative. It's exactly the same, but when you compare it against other ingredients that aren't organic or aren't grass-fed whey, it's gonna be a more expensive product overall. I personally have really enjoyed using it, and I'll continue to use it. If you're interested in checking it out and getting the best price on this product, go to the first link in the description below and pick up a tub for yourself, and let me know what you think. All right, so it's now around day 12 or day 13 using the product here, and I honestly don't think I could live without this stuff. I've been adding it to a bunch of different things. I know originally I had said the taste was one of the drawbacks. Number one, I'm getting pretty used to it, especially the chocolate flavored version, which I talked about earlier, but I've been adding it to different things. There's two things I do right now pretty much routinely. The first one is I train most days fasted, first thing in the morning. So what I typically do is take like a pre-workout product, as well as like branched chain amino acids or something along those lines. I've been taking pre-workout with half a serving of the unflavored version of the Naked Whey. So for 12 grams of protein, it makes me feel really good. It's like a solid addition of protein. It's just as expensive, if not a little less expensive, than most branched chain amino acid powders. So I'm kind of winning there. It's a really, really solid addition, as well as it tastes mainly like pre-workout, and the mixability is super, super good. So I have a high quality product, getting some protein in me, and I'm not noticing a difference that way would be the first thing. The second thing I'm doing is I've been adding the chocolate version to my morning oatmeal. It's like mid-morning here, and I'm working that in. I can't really, with the chocolate version, it's not overly chocolatey, but when you mix it in with like oatmeal and berries, it's a solid addition. It tastes good. Again, it's not overly sweet. There's so much stuff out there right now in terms of protein powder that is like so sweet. You can literally get, chocolate chips in your protein, which depending on who you are and what you want might be appealing. But for me, at least where I'm at right now, it's not a huge thing that I'm focusing on. So I like the sweetness here, and it's a really good addition. Now, the one thing you may notice if you're shaking this type of stuff up is that since there aren't many additives like soy lecithins, that type of things, the actual liquid version, when you add it to liquid and shake it up, might be a bit foamier. To me, it's not a huge deal at all, but that might be something you notice. Now, overall, to wrap things up, I am impressed with this product. Obviously, it has super high quality ingredients. I'm feeling good overall, and it's gonna be a staple in my supplement routine moving forward. Two other things to highlight, especially on the transparency front. The first one being they do third-party testing of these products in an independent lab, so you know what's on the label is exactly what you're getting. And number three, for athletes, especially in drug-tested federations, abiding by those type of rules, this product is informed choice trusted, which means athletes can take this product knowing and having the peace of mind that there's not going to be a banned substance in it. Now, my final thoughts and overall expert opinion on this product and who it's for and who it's not. Who it's for: anyone that wants to avoid artificial sweeteners or additional ingredients or additives, this product is fantastic. Individuals who are celiac and want to avoid gluten, there's none of that in here, so your bases are covered there. People that want to buy protein that has premium ingredients, that does come with a cost, but you know exactly what you're getting and putting the best stuff in your body. Now, who this protein powder is not ideal for, those who prioritize taste. If that is the most important thing to you, this probably isn't the product for you. Or if you want literal chocolate chips in your protein powder, this isn't the one. Number two, those who want a higher protein concentration in their supplements, someone taking an isolate, or you want to bump that up, there's more efficient protein powders out there. And lastly, anyone that is dieting or extremely calorie conscious, since there's no artificial sweeteners, there are going to be more calories, especially in the unflavored versions, compared to other whey isolates or even other whey blends out there. If that's your main focus and you want to keep the calories down and the protein high, there are other options. Now, that is not to say that you can't take it while dieting, because you could work around that stuff. But if that's your main focus, you may want to look into another product. And that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed my review of the Naked Whey line of products, the flavored and unflavored version. Again, if you want to check it out and purchase it for yourself, go to that first link in the description below and you'll get a great deal. And as great as all that information is, if you're looking for more supplement reviews or more information on what to take, the next thing I'm gonna have you do is check out this video I've linked up right here. I've created a video on how to find the perfect protein powder for you. You're gonna learn the exact steps and know exactly what to take by going through this video. I've linked it up right here. Check it out now, and I'll see you in the next video.